All right, folks, welcome back to The Edge. Always, look, we are the cutting edge. We're on the edge of what makes men great. You know, you get knocked down 10 times. What are the things, what are the incentives that get you inside that say, get up 11th time? And let's put it this way, some men play it safe. Some men change the horizon, so to speak. Gil Dezer, well, he found his edge, get this, building towers that most wouldn't dare attempt. Miami skyline, I'm telling you something, is not built by the timid. And Gil Dezer is one man who's forged the big bet, who's forged through the fire of real estate, the treacherous Miami real estate market. You've heard of the Porsche building. You've heard of the Bentley building. Well, I visited both of those. I rode on the Porsche and Bentley elevators that take your own cars up to your own apartment unit on Miami Beach. Wow, let's bring in Gil Dezer. Gil, really good having you on, my friend. I was really impressed by everything I saw yesterday at both the Bentley building and the Porsche building. I heard the story, and I think the audience really deserves to understand how in the world did you come by hooking up with the brands Porsche and Bentley? Tell us that story.
It was a long road, but thank you for having me on the show. I'm very very happy to be here. Meeting the Porsche guys was after we did the buildings with our president Donald Trump. I did 6 Trump branded buildings in Miami, and I became the guy who understands how to really incorporate brands into the real estate. And when we sat there and said, "Well, what does Porsche have to do with real estate?" We said, "Well, let's make the building a little bit about the car lover, and also solve a big problem in apartments in Miami." The biggest problem that we solved was parking. We said if a guy loves his car as much as we do and he sees it as a piece of art, well then he might want it in his living room. So we came up with a car lift system, and we when they asked me what do you want to call this car lift system, I call it, well, it's the Deservator. And so calling the Deservator was something that kind of caught on. But really, what it is, you drive your car into the elevator, takes you up to your level, and places you right outside your apartment.
Yeah, we're gonna
So and people who love their cars as much as they love art, and they have it right there next to their units,